I'm Alex.
I'm Ray. And we are from the Upper Deck Podcast.
Today we're going to discuss our predictions for the wild card teams, the division leaders, and the World Series winner of our predictions before the season starts on Friday of this week.
It's hard to say Friday.
So, we're going to
start on Friday or Thursday?
It starts on the 29th. It's a Friday.
29th is Friday, okay.
All
the teams are all going to start at the same time, too, right?
No, the Indians and Mariners play at 9:10.
Why is
Eastern,
that?
Because they're on the West Coast.
Well,
but
still.
I
guess, yeah. Right.
Most teams will play at 3:25 or
3:05. Yeah, that's Good Friday, too.
No,
isn't that Good Friday?
Actually, I think it might be.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Good Friday. Yeah.
And I also have a
so
game.
There should be a lot of people at the ballparks, too, because a lot of people have off for Good Friday.
Yeah. But anyway.
Like, what time do they start again?
About 3.
3 o'clock Eastern?
Yes.
All right, so that would be 2 o'clock Central.
And like 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock, 12 o'clock Western.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a big difference between the two. And 9:10? I don't understand it. They could have played at 1 o'clock. Why are they doing that? Are they on ESPN by any chance?
Probably not.
Well, I don't know. I bet you that's what it is. I'd have to check that and see. Because baseball, bows down to ESPN because of the money. So, and they have that's the thing too, like pet peeve stuff, when you're talking about that. Just a little aside here before we get into the nitty gritty of our forecast. They want kids to watch ball games and stuff like that. And then when they put them on ESPN, they don't start them till 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock Eastern time. And the game is going to be over after midnight. How many little kids, 7, 8, 9 years old, can stay up to past midnight?
Well, how many 7, 8, and 9-year-old kids watch the entire game?
Well, they do. If they're really interested in baseball, they would. That's the main thing. Baseball wants to try to get more people to watch and the kids interested in it and stuff like that. They should have the game start at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock the latest. This way, you get everybody will be able to watch it. The kids will be able to watch it. Even if it's summertime where the kids are off, it's still, their folks aren't going to let them stay up to past midnight if they're 6, 7, 8, 9 years old. You know what I mean? Do you agree or not?
Yeah.
Okay. But, of course, baseball wants all that money they get from ESPN, so they just bow down to them.
Some of the news, big headlines of the past week in sports is Bumgarner broke his pinky finger on a throwing hand.
Yeah, he's going to be out, 6 weeks?
6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Samardzija is out with a quad injury for 3 to 5 weeks. There's another one.
Oh, Justin Turner got hit, broke his wrist.
But that was a couple weeks ago.
Oh, still, he's out. Yeah, that's gonna hurt the Dodgers.
Yeah,
he's a heck of a hitter.
One of the things that I forgot to talk about last podcast was Altuve's contract extension for 5 years, $151 million.
Yeah, $151 million.
That doesn't take place until 2020.
Yeah. Oh, that's when it kicks in?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But now for our predictions.
Well, wait a minute. Before we go on, we can do a little something else too. How about the addition to Stanton to the Yankees? I think that's a big deal. That's going to change the dynamic of the American League. Actually, I think also. Jason Vargas broke his pinky too on his non-throwing hand. That was the other one. He was going to be the fourth starter for the Mets. But he should be coming back in a couple of weeks, so he might only miss one start.
I don't think you understand the past week in sports. Stanton signing with the Yankees was in December.
I know,
week.
But I'm just saying that we didn't never really discuss that so much.
Because that's a big headline that happened in December. We didn't start until March. I don't think we need to cover that.
Well, I think we should cover it because the season is starting and he's going to be with the Yankees. He's not going to be with the Marlins. So, that's a big deal. It changes the complexity of the American League. Don't you think?
Sure.
Well, that's just one thing. I'm just bringing that up again.
Well, today we're covering our NL East, Central, and West Division winners, our wild card winners, our MVPs, and our Cy Youngs. Our World Series.
You mean for the whole team, for the whole
league? Yes.
League, yeah. Okay.
So. like I'll cover the American League first. He'll cover the National League. Then he'll cover the American League. I'll cover the National.
Okay, this is what our predictions are going to be.
Do you want to go first about the National League, or do you want me to go first?
You can go first.
Okay. Well, my prediction for the AL East, the Yankees are going to win it, but the Red Sox are going to be in the wild card. The Central is going to be the Indians. The Twins will not make the postseason this year. They will fall a game and a half behind the Los Angeles Angels for that second wild card spot. The Central's winner is going to be the Indians. The West Division winner is going to be the Oakland Athletics. No, I'm joking. It's going to be the Houston Astros.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
My wild. Do you agree with those statements?
I think so. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you agree?
Who was your wild card again?
The Los Angeles Angels at Boston.
Well, the Angels. Why do you say the Angels, though?
Because they have improved so much better than the Twins have this offseason, but they're not in contention for the division. But
Well, I mean, they just got what did they get? Tony? Is that what you're basing your?
No, I'm basing off Zach Kozar, Ian Kinsler, and Justin Upton.
Yeah.
Plus
okay.
a full year off Mike Trout, who's my AL runner-up in MVP.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's actually my MVP winner. My runner-up is going to be Stanton. I don't think he's going to win.
Not Judge?
No. Judge will probably finish top 5, but I don't see him winning. I feel like it's going to. My top 5 predictions will probably be Trout, Stanton, Altuve, Judge, and then throw in Francisco Lindor.
I don't think.
Or no, Carlos Correa. No, Carlos Correa is actually my AL MVP winner. He's gonna.
Wait a minute. What? Okay, wait. Why don't you start from the top again?
Right.
What did you say now?
My MVP winner, Carlos Correa.
Okay.
My runner-up.
And he plays for who?
The Houston Astros.
In case some people don't know. Okay.
He's the shortstop for the Houston Astros.
Okay.
My runner-up is going to be Giancarlo Stanton, left fielder for the Yankees.
Well, I don't think we got to go over with the runner-ups, do you?
No,
think so?
but I want to give mine.
Okay.
Because these 5 players I'm going to name all have a shot at it. But I'm not. Correa is my winner, but the next 4 players are my dark horses that could possibly win it. So it'd be Stanton, Altuve, Trout, then Judge. Those 4 are my dark horse, and Carlos Correa is my MVP winner.
Okay.
Do you agree with that?
I think so. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you want me to cover the AL Cy Young, or do you want to go start?
Well, you can do. Well, all right. Let me do the National League.
We'll do our World Series and postseason series together. So I'll say my ALDS. You'll say your ALDS. My ALCS. Your ALCS, and we'll.
Okay, we can do it that way. Yeah.
But you do your predictions for the Cy Young.
Cy Young Award. Well, I think it's going to be Max Scherzer again with the Nationals. He's still a fireballer. He's in there.
We're not covering Cy Young yet. You're going to do the division, then your MVP. So wait to hold off on Cy Young.
Okay.
Like I did.
Okay. All right. Now in the National League, I think the MVP is going to be Bryce Harper because this is his walk year, and I think he's really going to try to hit the cover off the ball, and I believe he's going to be the hands down MVP of the league.
Cover your division winners.
My division winners will be the Nationals.
In what division?
In the Eastern Division, the Cubs, and I'm going to pick the Dodgers again. And my wild card picks are the Mets, if their pitching holds up and nobody gets injured. And the other one, I believe it's going to be between Arizona and Colorado, with a dark horse of St. Louis, perhaps. But that's my predictions.
Okay. I agree with those, but my wild card prediction for the NL will be coming up here when we're done with discussing our Cy Young. So I'll tell you that.
Okay.
My Cy Young for the American League is going to be Chris Sale.
He just got banged up too a little bit.
Yes.
The
But
other
he
day.
said he's going to be ready for opening
Yeah,
day.
okay.
So my is going to be Chris Sale. Then it's going to follow up with Corey Kluber. Justin Verlander is number 3. And then it's Luis Severino coming at 4th.
Well, I've seen Justin Verlander pitch a few of these preseason games.
Spring training games.
Well,
I hate people who say
I know. Well, that's the way it goes. It's
spring training.
all right. They even have it on DirecTV when you look at it. It says preseason game.
I
what they
hate
call
that.
it.
It's spring training. Preseason
Okay,
is
spring
football.
training. Okay, spring training. Semantics. Okay, spring training. And Verlander looked really sharp. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know the right off the button how many strikeouts he has for the entire spring, but he really looked great. And if the Tigers can get some runs for him and so forth, I think he might be
The
in the
Tigers.
running. I mean the Tigers. The Tigers can get some.
He's not a Tiger.
Pardon me,
He's not a Tiger.
Verlander. He's a Tiger.
No, he's not.
Oh, where is he at? He's at Houston.
You
Yeah.
can't talk about somebody and not know what team he plays for.
I forget. I'm old. I forget these things, okay?
Well, if you just watched him, you should know what team he plays for.
Okay. I forgot that he played for the Astros. I think he's going to be in the running for Cy Young.
You could have said you agree with me. Because that's basically what I said.
Is that basically what you said? Oh,
Yes.
okay. I agree with you.
Who's your 5 Cy Young
Maybe we should
predictions?
start over.
Are you going to talk?
Yeah, okay. What'd you say now? What'd
No,
you ask
who are
me?
your Cy Young award predictions?
For what? The National League?
No, for the Negro League.
I don't think you should say that. There's no such thing as the Negro League anymore.
Or the Afro League. African League. Or the Korean League. Or the Chinese League. Or the Japanese League. No, the National League.
I just said it. Max Scherzer.
Who are your other 4 dark horses?
Oh, I don't know. It depends. John Lester for the Cubs. I think Syndergaard for the Mets. Maybe DeGrom also. And the last one, I don't know. Gosh, I don't know. Maybe Arrieta for Philadelphia. If he can keep up what he used to do with the Cubs.
I thought for sure you were going to say Arrieta for the Padres. I swore you were going to say that.
No, I know he went to the Phillies. I know more about the National League. What can I tell you? I follow the National League more than I do the American League.
Okay, but
I've done that for like about 60 years or so. So
okay, my NL predictions, because you'll be doing the AL now, it's going to be the Nationals coming in first in the East, the Cubs coming in first in the Central, and the Dodgers coming in first in the West. My wild card prediction is going to be the St. Louis Cardinals and the Arizona Diamondbacks. The Mets don't have enough power to get them over.
enough power. They led the National League in home runs last year.
Okay.
And Cespedes, if he stays healthy, and Conforto comes back from his operation, which he was doing pretty good in the spring games that he played in, and they got Todd Frazier, who's a home run hitter.
Okay, and
They led the league. They led the National League in home runs. They don't have enough power. They got plenty of power.
okay, but they also don't
They have more power than Arizona. They got more power than the Rockies, even though they play in that 10,000-foot stadium they play in, where the air is as thin as it is up in the stratosphere. You know, so
And also, they don't have enough pitching. Two people.
they don't have enough pitching. They
people.
How can you say they don't have enough pitching?
Syndergaard and DeGrom do not win championships. You need another two.
They didn't win a championship. They did in 2015, didn't they?
No, they lost.
They won a championship of the National League in 2015.
Okay, but you also had a healthy Matt Harvey and a better match.
Well, yeah, true.
Those
That's
two
true.
people are not coming back to their normal self.
Well, we don't know yet. We don't know yet. We
Syndergaard-
don't know yet. We haven't played the games yet, have we?
Syndergaard and DeGrom are the only two Mets pitchers, and their bullpen's not
All
even
right,
that
but I don't think St. Louis. What has St. Louis got? Wainwright didn't he get hurt?
Wainwright's not going to ever return back to his 2012.
I know, but he still got hurt, didn't he? Is he going to make opening day?
He's not the opening day starter anyway.
I know, but I mean, is he going to be on the roster for them? Or what?
What's his injury?
Didn't you just hear it on the when we were coming over?
No.
There was something happened to him. All right, well, whatever. We don't know for sure with that one, but I don't agree with St. Louis. I don't think they don't have enough, I don't believe. But go ahead.
My Cy Young Award winner will be, and I can't believe you had to put Kershaw in there. I take Kershaw before DeGrom.
I didn't say DeGrom was going to win it.
You said DeGrom's the top 5. Kershaw's way better than DeGrom any day of the week.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, I don't think so.
Yes. Look at the stat line. That tells you
Yeah,
enough.
okay, yeah, right.
Look at the stat line.
Yeah, sure.
My Cy Young is going to be Scherzer, Kershaw, Arrieta, Syndergaard, and then Steven Strasburg.
You know, even though you say like somebody's going to be second in the voting for the Cy Young Award, coming in second is the same thing as coming in last if you don't win it. So it doesn't really matter who's second or who's third or who's fourth.
Okay, but
if you win it, you win it. If you don't win it, you don't win it.
Those are dark horses.
Well, I know they're dark horses.
So what your statement you just said is completely retarded.
No, it is not.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
You can ask any person on the street. If you come in second, it's the same thing as coming in last if there's only one prize to get.
Okay, yeah, that goes without saying. But these are dark horses.
Okay, well, all
These are
right.
dark
Just say
horses.
dark horses. All right.
They're not saying they're not gonna win it.
Okay.
All 5 of those players I named have potential to win it. But I think
Well,
who's
that's
gonna
true.
win it.
There
is
always
Scherzer.
could be somebody else that comes up that has a fantastic year too.
Yeah.
That we're not even talking about.
Yeah, well, that's this thing called prediction.
Predictions. It's easy
Yes.
for you to say.
Prediction. But you take your predictions off what other people say. Like you took your Mets projected lineup off what the Mets have. That's not your own opinion. So your predictions are completely retarded because they're not based off from what you think.
Oh, excuse me. I'm terribly sorry.
You take the Mets, like, these are the same lineups sheets I have. I basically made those. These are mine. He didn't even create his own. He doesn't even do any of the work for this podcast. I do it all.
Excuse me. I did work. All these notes I have here.
Wow. That took you, what, 5 minutes to do total? 5 minutes to do total.
No, maybe a little longer. 10 minutes, perhaps.
Okay,
I
10
had to
minutes.
think about it for a minute or two.
But these are all mine. I made all of these. You don't even have.
We're not going over the lineups.
I'm
We're
just
not
saying.
talking about them.
But
So
you
what's
don't
the
even,
difference?
But you don't even make your own predictions. You don't.
I do make my predictions.
You look at what Bleacher Report has, and you're like, oh, they have the let's say they have the
Are we going to fight on this podcast now? Is that what we're here for?
No, but I'm making a
Well,
point.
are we? Why do you make a point? Do you think the people care that what point that is, or that what I do with them, or whatever?
Yeah.
Do you think that counts?
No, but I want to get this out because I'm tired of doing all the work for this podcast.
Oh, excuse me. Who started the podcast? You did, didn't you?
Yeah.
You asked me to be on it, didn't you?
Yeah, but I expect
So?
I don't have time. Schoolwork, baseball.
Oh, geez, you don't have time. Well, gee whiz.
And you do
that's too
nothing
bad.
all day.
Yeah, right. I do nothing all day. That's
So.
why I'm retired, because I do nothing all day. I only work for 60 years. That's okay. That doesn't matter, though. That doesn't make any difference.
Yeah,
I'm
'cause-
retired.
'cause this takes-
retired means you're retired.
That it takes
Period.
an hour once a week. Out of one day, it takes 1 hour.
Well, you know more about it than I do. I concentrate on the teams that I like. I don't know about the Athletics and the Mariners, and I never watch them. I don't care about them unless they're going to be in the playoffs. Then I might look a little something about them. But if they're not going to be in the playoffs, I don't care about them.
The Mariners might have a shot to playoffs this year, so you better
That
start
might
paying
be,
attention
yeah.
to
They
them.
might be, yeah. But I'm more of a National League guy than I am American League guy.
Yeah, well, it's time that if you're going to do the podcast, you stop being biased and start paying attention to the entire league.
Well, then maybe I shouldn't be on the top podcast then. Maybe I should just retire from the podcast, which is not a bad idea.
Okay, well then, let's talk about our predictions, and then we'll see what the future holds.
Okay. Well, we just did the predictions for the Cy Young Award.
But you didn't do your American League predictions. You didn't do we haven't done the postseason predictions. So,
well, I'll leave the prediction up to you for the Cy Young. Okay.
there we go.
I agree
again.
with what you have. All right. And
He
what I
can't
feel,
even take his own predictions. He has to
and
use
what
my
I
opinions.
and what I say on the well, mine is the same as yours. How's that?
Yeah, you say that so you don't have to do any work.
I think the predictions for the division winners, I believe, are going to be the Yankees. Cleveland. And in the West, I believe it probably is going to be Houston. And okay.
It's your wild card predictions.
Wild card's going to be Boston and maybe the Angels. Perhaps. Depends if they're hitting well or not. I can't see any other teams doing much. Toronto doesn't have enough. Let's see. Tampa Bay is terrible. Baltimore doesn't have anything except Machado, he's going to be gone next year. And the Twins are mediocre at best. They might make it, but that's only if they're if they can muster up enough runs each game.
Cover your postseason division teams. Your
I just did, didn't I?
division postseason like ALDS matchups.
Oh, the matchups?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know. It's probably be the Yankees against Minnesota.
Minnesota you didn't even have in your postseason.
I did so. I said they might be in it. Be the Yankees and the Angels.
Okay, my predictions for the postseason. The Yankees will face the wild card winner of the Red Sox or Angels. And then the other two will be the Indians against the Astros. No, the Astros will play the wild card winner. The Indians and Yankees will play each other. What are your
The Indians and the Yankees in the first one,
Yes.
first round?
Yes, and the Astros will play whoever wins the Red Sox, Indians.
Okay, well, I
Red
think-
Sox,
All right.
Angels wild card.
Okay. Angels?
Yes, I have the
Right.
Angels.
Okay. Well, I think, okay, we can go with that. I think the Yankees are going to take it, though, this year. If they hit the way everybody's thinking they can hit, because they have the pitching also. Sabathia is doing really good. I think the only team that's going to give them a run for their money is Houston, of course, since they are defending champs.
My ALCS prediction is the same as last year. The Indians against the Astros rematch. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, okay.
And my AL Wild champion is going to be the Yankees this year.
Yeah, me too. I agree.
I think they improved much more than the Astros did over the offseason. I feel like they're going to take it. What are your now for your NL? What do you think?
Okay, and then NL, I believe it's going to be, of course, the first round would be the, I think...
Who's going to finish with the best record?
The best record?
Yes.
I think it's probably going to be the Dodgers again.
You think the Dodgers?
If everybody can stay healthy, I think the Dodgers...
So
are
they
gonna
will
have the
face
best
your
record.
wild card winner.
Yeah. The Dodgers, I believe, are going to be like about somewhere around 95 to 100 wins, somewhere in that area, with the pitching and the hitting they got. If Justin Turner comes back healthy, And then I think they're going to play probably the Rockies.
The Rockies will beat the Mets in the wild card game.
Yeah, and the wild card will be the Mets and the Rockies, and I think they'll play at at Citi Field, and I think probably, I don't know, maybe the Mets might beat the Rockies. It depends if everybody's hitting and going good, because I predict the Mets are going to be about 86 to 88 games, somewhere around there. They're going to be behind and the Rockies, I think I predicted them around 85 or so. So they'll play at City. I don't know. Maybe the Mets will beat them. I think the Mets will beat them.
My prediction would be the Nationals will play the wild card winner. They'll finish with above 100 wins, and the Dodgers and Cubs will play each other.
Okay. Do you think the Dodgers or the Cubs are going to win less games than the Nationals?
Yes,
Why do you say that?
because the Cubs are not really improved. So in baseball, if you don't improve, it means you're decreasing. And because all they signed was Tyler Chatwood, who isn't really that good of a pitcher.
They lost Arrieta.
But they signed Darvish, which they were basically the same amount of pitchers. They're basically the same pitcher.
Right.
So they didn't improve or they didn't lose. So in my eyes, if you don't improve in baseball, it means you're decreasing, you're getting worse.
Oh, yeah, true. Okay. But I think the Dodgers are still the team to beat, too, in the National League.
They are, but I feel like the Nationals will have a better record.
I don't think so.
They'll
the only thing is because you got Philadelphia and Atlanta. They're pretty
Mets,
two stinky games.
Marlins.
The Marlins. Well, you got Philly. Well, Philly improved. A lot of people are talking about the Phillies.
Philly will probably be a playoff contender in 2 or 3 years.
So then you got you end up with you got Atlanta, the Marlins, and for that you can beat up on when you play them. Because they didn't improve much. They lost people, especially the Marlins. They lost everybody. So the only guy left is the catcher there, Realmuto.
Realmuto and Justin Bour.
Yeah, well, Justin Bour, yeah, but Justin Bour's he's a good player, but he's not fantastic.
So then why do you pick him as your MVP winner?
Well, I picked him because if he does halfway decent, he could maybe be there, So, well, you said to pick everybody out of every team, so that's who I picked because he can hit a lot of home runs. Okay.
Okay, so you have the Dodgers playing the wild card winner and the Cubs playing the Nationals, right?
Right.
Okay. Mine is the Nationals playing the wild card winner, Cubs and Dodgers playing against each other. If my prediction happens, the Nationals will beat the wild card winner in 4 games, and the Dodgers and Cubs will beat each other. Well, the Dodgers will win. No, the Cubs will win in 5 games. No,
and they're going to play the Nationals?
The Dodgers will win in 5 games and play the Nationals.
Why don't you start that over again? You changed it a couple of times.
The Dodgers will play the Cubs and they'll go to Game 5 at Dodger Stadium, and the Dodgers will win. The Nationals will beat the wild card winner in 4 games.
Okay.
And then the Nationals will beat the Dodgers.
Okay, so you're going to say the Nationals are going to be in the World Series?
It'll be an Eastern World Series.
World Series. So it'll be the Nationals and the Yankees.
Yes.
I kind of agree with that, yeah. But I don't know, though. I think it might be the Dodgers getting into the World Series.
So you think it's going to be a Dodger? It's going to be like a 1940 and 50 World Series?
Well, in the 50s and, be the Dodgers and the Yankees. That'll be the old-time World Series again. Okay. And my prediction is that I think, because of the hitting, it'll be the Yankees.
But you always say good pitching stops good hitting.
Well, yeah, that's true. But I think the Yankees have just as good pitching as the Dodgers.
I think the Dodgers have better starting pitching, but we have a better bullpen.
Yeah, well, okay.
And we have better hitter.
Yeah. So I think 2 out of 3 isn't bad, so, But the Dodgers have good hitting, too. So, it's going to be a toss-up.
Well, you never know how Turner will bounce back off his
injury, right, with his wrist. So, it's...
And you'll never know if Chris Taylor will have another career year like he did last year.
That's true, too, yeah. Well, you got to think of the Red Sox in that mix, too. But I don't think... No.
Their biggest signing was J.D. Martinez, and he had a career year last year.
There's some guys, too, that should have got suspended, like Sano, for that domestic violence thing.
Yeah, but he didn't get suspended because there was no physical proof that he did it.
Yeah, I know, but still, yeah.
And Stephen Wright has been suspended for 15 games.
Right.
Beginning of the season.
Right, yeah. Okay.
Do you have any other comments and concerns about the division winners and predictions for us?
Not really, no. Well, how about who do you think is going to hit the most home runs in each league?
Each league,
Yeah, because they always,
team wise or player
team wise.
So the Yankees will have the most home runs, and in the National League, it'll probably be the
Say it.
Nationals or Cubs.
Okay.
Who are yours?
Well, I think the Yankees in the American League, of course,
And you'll say the Mets.
and the Mets. Yeah, since they did it last year, they hit 214, I think, or something like that. So, I think it'll be them. They have a lot of big hitters on their team. With the addition of what's his name, Todd Frazier. So
Here's one question that I want you guys, the viewers, to think about before our next podcast. Whose lineup and pitching staff would you rather have? The Washington Nationals or the New York Mets?
Well, maybe we should ask something else from the Midwest too, because people have complained a little bit about that we talk too much about the Eastern divisions.
But who do you think would be? In my mind, it's the Nationals. They have better pitching and better hitting. He thinks it's the Mets. All right.
If everybody's healthy, that's the main thing.
All right,
They stay healthy.
in the National League, who do you think is who's going to be a better team, the Brewers or the Cardinals? My mind,
I
Cardinals.
think the Brewers.
I'm gonna say Cardinals.
I think the Brewers. They got a lot of hitters on their team too.
Okay.
With Yelich in there now, and I don't know. I think the Brewers will surpass the Cardinals.
Do you in the NL West? Do you think the Diamondbacks and Rockies will be the top three team? The Dodgers will be one. The Rockies will be 2 or 3, and the Diamondbacks will be whatever.
Yeah, I don't think the Diamondbacks are that good. I mean, you keep talking about the Diamondbacks. I've seen them in some of the spring games and stuff, and I don't think they don't really impress me much.
Do you think that do you think the Giants have a shot at making the postseason?
Well, if Bumgarner comes back and can do what he does in the other years, maybe. But I don't know. That's going to be a big loss for them, a big loss. And he might be out for the first 2 months of the season. And you're going to get yourself in a hole, and it's going to be hard to pull yourself out of that hole. So I don't see the Giants. I mean, they only won. What did they win? 65 games last year or something like that. I don't see where they're gonna pull themselves out.
Okay.
So.
The AL East. Do you think the Blue Jays have any shot at coming in second? And do you think the Red Sox have the chance to come in overtop the Yankees for the division?
Well, the Red Sox, they're the ones you got to beat because they won the division last year. So they're still number one, technically. You know? So it's going to be a dogfight between the two of them in the East, I think. The Blue Jays, I don't know. The Blue Jays, they lost some players and stuff. I don't know. They lost Donaldson, didn't they?
No.
Didn't they lose him?
No.
I thought he signed with something. Okay. Batista they lost.
Yeah.
But he's still out there. Nobody signed him.
Yeah.
You know? So he might come back. I don't know. I don't see them really contending at all.
Okay, do you see the Twins maybe overtopping the Indians, or do you see the White Sox finishing anything under third place?
Well, the White Sox have some good young players, and they got this new guy. Oh gosh, I can't think of his name now.
What position does he play?
I think first base, I believe.
Jose Abreu?
No, not him. There's another guy.
Matt Davidson?
Yeah, Matt Davidson. Yeah. What is he? He's
third base.
Third base. Yeah. He looks pretty good. And
what about Yoan Moncada? Their top prospect, but
Yeah.
probably gonna start in the major leagues this year.
Yeah. Well, what position is he?
Second base.
Okay. He might be really something to look at too. I don't know. Their pitching though, I think, is suspect, isn't it? And their bullpen is not very good.
Yeah.
They only won. What did they win last year? How many games?
Like 70.
Yeah, something like that. So I don't know. I think they're a couple of years away yet before they really contend.
But do you think they finish in 4th or 5th? Or do you think they finish in 3rd?
I think they might have a good shot at finishing in third if
Okay.
everybody's
And
hitting.
do the Twins have a shot at beating the Indians?
I don't think so. No,
I
I
don't
think the Indians are too loaded with everybody. So
All right,
I don't
and-
see the Twins doing it.
In the West, do you think that the Angels and Mariners have, since they have drastically improved, well,
Right.
the Angels, the Mariners have somewhat improved, have a shot at competing for the second spot? Because right now, in my eyes, it's going to be the Angels. But do the Mariners have a shot at beating
Yeah,
out the
I
Angels?
think they might have a shot at it. I mean, everybody starts even on the first day of the season,
Yeah.
so it's just, everybody's got a shot. Who knows? Because you got to take in consideration injuries, and if the guy gets off to a lousy start and whatever, that gives the other team a little impetus to get up there a little more if they're doing well. So it's going to be. It's hard to say, really. You know, I'm not that crazy about the Mariners that much. Plus, I don't really know that much about them either. I know they got Robinson Cano and so forth, but I don't see it though. No.
I just want to say before.
Well, wait a minute. One other thing. The Angels, they got this guy Otani from Japan. I don't know. Has he done much in the spring?
In my opinion, he should start in the minor leagues. He is not ready for Major League Baseball.
Yeah, and
But-
he's a hitter too, supposedly.
But he is going to bring in the Angels some money, so he will be starting in the big leagues. Which
what do you
will-
mean? People want to come out and see him?
Yes.
Okay,
All
out
the-
that
all
way,
the-
out on the West Coast. Yeah, a lot of Japanese people come
Yes,
to the games.
they will go out to see him.
Yeah.
But he will not be above 280 hitter. He'll probably not hit him more than 12 home runs.
In the major leagues? or-
Yes.
Okay.
And his pitching, he'll probably have a below 500 record. He'll probably have over a 4 ERA. And probably
Right.
less than
I think so too.
less than 150 strikeouts.
Right. It's going to take him a little time.
Yes, I don't think he's major league ready.
Right.
He will. I would say they should probably start him in the minor leagues and then call him up in July and August.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
I
my
agree.
opinion.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea.
But
Whether they do that or not, that's who knows.
but that if I was the general manager of the Angels, that's what I would do.
Okay.
But they're not going to do that since he's probably going to bring in money to see them.
Right. Oh yeah. Well, that's always the number one thing is if they're going to bring in money.
Yeah.
If people are going to put if he's going to put butts in the seats, that's a big thing right
Yeah.
there. You know,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter if he stinks or if he's great or whatever. If he can put people in the seats and people watching on TV and so forth, that means a lot to anybody in baseball.
Well, just before we sign off, our little argument thing was planned. That was a joke. It was
Yeah,
supposed
it was
to be
just
funny.
a joke. This guy here, he knows a lot more about all this stuff than I do.
Don't touch me.
okay?
But that was
Don't touch me.
that was
He's my grandson, by the way, in case you
that's-
don't know.
that was
And he's
it
a
was
big pain in the butt most of the time.
It was a joke. It wasn't meant to be.
Malicious.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
joke.
We were just joking
Yeah.
around. Thought we'd liven it up a little bit with
Yeah.
a little fisticuffs.
Yeah,
Verbal fisticuffs.
yeah.
Because he would beat the hell out of me.
All right. Well,
He's 59 years younger than me. So
well, that's gonna be signing off for now. I'm Alex.
I'm Ray.